Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today, I decided this last week that I'm going to be reacting to Stellaris cinematics and trailers. I'm just not sure yet about the date, like on what day exactly am I going to be posting these reaction videos. But for now, it will be every Friday until the foreseeable future. So yeah, I'm going to be reacting to at least 4 trailers or cinematics per week. So this will be part 1, and there'll be a playlist when they do come. You'll be able to go to the playlist and watch those reactions. Okay, let's start with the first 4, where it all began. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, guys. Okay, that was the first trailer. Yeah, I could see the planet that the science vessel was, researching and looking for any signs of life or any, prehistoric life, and I could see that there was a pyramid on the planet. So yeah, this science vessel must have scanned everything and found out all that had to be found out on the planet and left. And left to a different star system and going through nebula clouds, and then heading over to the next star system where there is a starbase. And it looks like a big starbase. It's not just a normal starbase, it's a big starbase, meaning there are aliens there, and it might lead to a potential conflict. We don't know. But I like the quality of the cinematic. I can see that they've kept this quality of cinematic since day one, since day one up till present day with Overlord. So really, it's beautiful. I enjoy it, and also the music. Really, it's the same music that we hear almost all the time when we play Stellaris. So definitely, they're keeping the, how should I say, the tradition of Stellaris all the way from the first trailers up until now with the current game. We're still listening to the same music, we still have the same science vessels, we still do the same kind of research on different planets in systems. It's still the same Stellaris from the very beginning. So I really like that, the continuity of that. So yeah. Okay, next one.
Peggy 12.
Ever since the dawn of our civilization, we've been reaching for the heavens. Our first man rocket was a crude device. Far more advanced vessels would follow. But for 2 centuries we stared longingly at the vast ocean of stars beyond our solar system, fearing them forever out of reach. Then, in one swift stroke, the invention of the warp drive changed our world. A new frontier loomed, and the start of an intense race to colonize the far reaches of space began. We named her Nephsis, 9,000 brave souls heading toward Initium, the star most likely to have an orbiting planet suitable for our first colony. 4 months, 2 weeks, and 5 days into the mission, we received Nephsis' final message. Panicked voices broken by static, an alien message impossible to decipher, then nothing. Our first generation of warships would lead the rescue operation. When we arrived, we soon located the remains of Nephsis floating in the darkness. And approaching us, a fleet of alien warships, their technology far beyond ours. Using salvage technology from Nephsis, these alien entities had managed to decipher our communications. So they recounted the story. A large, unidentified ship had entered their system. Despite repeated warnings, it would not change course, and a trigger was pulled. It is a galaxy full of danger, but also opportunity. There are an untold number of species, border disputes, political tension, and betrayal, not that different from home.
Okay, that was the second trailer. Yes, warp drive. I don't think we have that in our present day Stellaris version games. You know, I don't think we have warp drives. I think this was something they added in the very beginning, and they decided to leave it out in the later versions of Stellaris. I'm not sure when did they stop, but yeah, it's quite interesting. What was warp drive really? I mean, did they still use the hyperlanes, you know, to get from one system to the next, or was it a different form of travel? Is it much like the jump drive? Maybe, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that's quite interesting. And also they have a mechanic here that we see mainly during the Nemesis expansion of Stellaris. You know, when you have first contact with a different alien species, sometimes they can become very antagonistic and violent, and they might destroy your science vessel or your construction ship or any vessel that you have that meets a different alien species for the first time. You know, that kind of game mechanic of first contact. We got it during the Nemesis expansion, right? And before that, you know, we didn't really have that mechanic of, you know, first contact. The aliens might be violent, they might abduct our scientists and experiment on them, or they might destroy the vessels. You know, we didn't have that kind of mechanic in previous iterations of the game. So yeah, that's also quite interesting that they had that mechanic long ago, like during 2015 when the game was still starting. So yeah, probably they brought it back into Nemesis. Maybe that's how it went by. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. And the galaxy map was also it was wacky. The galaxy map was really wacky. The empires, the way they were looking, they just looked like colored blobs, you know, circle blobs just dotting around the map of the galaxy. It didn't really look appetizing to me. I don't know, maybe because I'm so used to the current version of Stellaris that anything that looks like that, you know, I'm just not really going with it. But yeah, interesting. Okay, time for the third trailer.
Peggy 12.
Greetings, Chancellor. I am Vir, a synthetic intelligence tasked with assisting you in Stellaris. Through exploration, colonization, conquest, and diplomacy, you will steer your empire as you seek to realize your destiny among the stars. You will begin your journey as most species do, venturing from your home planet immediately after the discovery of faster-than-light travel. Your scientists will be the first to explore the vast unknown in your search for knowledge, resources, and other habitable worlds. Across the vastness of the galaxy, life is as plentiful as it is varied, and you'll soon discover a seemingly infinite number of species, ranging from primitive creatures yet to walk among the stars to advanced spacefaring empires much like your own. Each species comes with their own unique characteristics, ideologies, and charm. When you first encounter an alien civilization, you'll have to study their communications before you can engage in diplomacy. In the meantime, you can try to stay out of trouble by avoiding conflict, or you can engage in other, non-verbal forms of communication. It's these moments of first contact that can set the roots of future federations, as well as light the flames of enduring rivalries. Your researchers will strive to discover new technologies, elements, societal theories, and upgrades, all the while making your war fleet more powerful and destructive. Even if you prefer peace and neutrality, you must be prepared to defend your borders with an ever-changing set of war technology, or end up on the losing side of an interstellar arms race. After centuries of exploring, colonizing, and conquering, you may find yourself guiding a grand galactic empire. As your population grows, they will encounter new ideas and philosophies that may give birth to independence movements. Alliances and federations must maintain unity within their borders, even as they seek to expand beyond them. But although the conflicts of the galaxy may appear straightforward at first, the universe has a way of challenging even the most stable of empires. The galaxy before you is vast and full of wonders, and it is yours for the taking. Every star system holds within it the opportunity for progress, conflict, or destruction. It will require care, caution, and strength if you wish to see your people's future among the stars.
Okay, all right. The star bases, it looks like they were closer to the planets than the stars, you know. I could see there were some structures around some of the planets that they were showing there. It looked like star bases near the planets instead of orbiting the star. So yeah, that's also quite interesting that they shifted from planet to star in later iterations of Stellaris gameplay. But yeah, and they also had a protocol for first contact. Like I said before, the first contact protocol was more prominent, I should say, in Nemesis than the previous iterations of the game, you know. And yeah, I find that quite interesting that they probably went back to the first Stellaris versions and tried to see what they could incorporate from that into the later versions or the latest versions of Stellaris. So yeah, I find that quite interesting. And yeah, I would say that the galaxy was far more peaceful in this time, you know. This was before Titans, before the colossal weapons, before the juggernauts, you know, weapons of pure ultimate destruction. This was before those times, you know. Probably they only had, well, I saw a battleship there, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, they probably had corvettes, you know, destroyers, cruisers, and then maybe like battleships were the epitome of an empire's success, you know. They must have been the most expensive, the most powerful vessels that they had, and yeah, it shows how peaceful this galaxy was compared to how it is right now, where planets can be turned to dust, stars can turn to black holes, you know, trillions of lives killed in an instant, and an entire galaxy of stars turned into black holes. So yeah, I think times during those earlier versions of the game were extremely peaceful compared to what it is now. Now everybody can be a mass murderer. Everybody. Okay. Next one. Let's start.
The galaxy. A nearly endless expanse of stars and planets in which unimaginable wonders are waiting to be discovered. Guarding those wonders is the vast distance between the stars and the threats that can be found near each and every one. Primitive life forms struggling for existence and hostile species tempt many to never leave the safety of their home systems. But a few species will dare to take the step out, braving their fears, seeking to create their own fate. The drive to survive becomes a drive to explore. The struggle, the need, the hope that beyond the horizon is a new discovery, a fertile valley, the promise of an infinite frontier. Break free from the chains of gravity, from the limits of light, expand, explore, and claim a rightful place among the species of the stars.
Okay, guys, that was the last trailer. Really, as the narrator was, discussing about, the hunger of attaining technology, information, knowledge, power, grow your empire amongst the stars, all the things that she was highlighting, it's just true for anyone that's playing this game, It's ingrained in your DNA when you play Stellaris that you need to grow. You cannot stay small and in your little corner of space. You have to grow. You must grow. It's essential that you grow. Because if you don't conquer systems, if you don't expand your empire's borders, you will be defeated by your neighbors or by an existential threat, like a crisis. I don't know if they had crisis during the first iteration of the game. I'm not sure about that. I don't think they said anything relating to a crisis. But yeah, you need to make sure that your empire is big enough to not only sustain yourself, but also protect your borders and further, continue growing and becoming a very powerful galactic player. Of course, in this iteration of the game, they didn't have federations, they didn't have the Galactic Imperium, they didn't have the Custodian, so you're just probably being a very powerful empire with vassals. But yeah, I guess that's it in terms of galactic diplomacy. I don't think there was anything else added to it. And I saw some icons, different icons in terms of the ethics of a government. Yeah, I saw different types of icons there, and they're not ones that I recognize in the present day iterations of Stellaris. So yeah, that's also quite interesting. I wonder what happened to those ethics. Probably I'll have to look them up on Google and just check what were they called and what do they represent exactly. But yeah, guys, this was interesting. This was very interesting. And the three primitive space organic aliens, the crystal ones, the amoebas, and what were they called? Space cows? I'm not sure. They were also there, during the very beginning of the game. I wonder if you could also kill them and also, research their bodily functions, to incorporate that into your armor, regenerating armor, or even fighter pilots for the amoeba fighter pilots. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could incorporate that kind of technology from those aliens during the first iteration of the game. But yeah, this was very, very interesting. Guys, I guess that's it. That's it for the first part of Stellaris cinematics and trailers. Now, next week, Friday, I'm going to do this again. 4 trailers or 4 cinematics. And yeah, that's how it's going to be until I'm done with the 55 cinematics and trailers, because that's how many there were on the playlist on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's the total amount, but I'm hoping that that is how many there are. If there are more, maybe I'll start looking for them, or you guys in the comment section, you guys can just send me the link, or just tell me that I'm missing this one, I'm missing that one, so I can add them into the playlist for my reaction. Okay, that's it. If you like the video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you next week Friday. Okay? Bye-bye.